The actor Will Smith now will be banned from the Academy for the next 10 years. Of course, that is in reaction to the Board of Governors' disciplinary review about the slap that everyone saw. Millions of people saw it at the Oscars ceremony. He slapped Chris Rock, and of course, the fallout continues. Joining me right now to discuss this even further is TMZ's Michael Babcock. Michael, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. You know, I was kind of surprised by the rapidity of the Academy's kind of review. They said there was going to be a vote taken on April the 18th, deciding this punitive measure today, and it's quite punitive.
Hey, Andrew, thanks for having me. Yeah, I thought so. Look, they could have gone further, certainly. Taking that Oscar award that Will Smith won that night for Best Actor only minutes after the slap, that was on the table, but I think, at least my opinion this whole time has been that wasn't going to happen, that would have been just too severe penalty, and I didn't think they had the nerve to take the award from him. But what they have done is banned Will Smith for the next 10 years. So anything that has to do with the Academy, most notably the Oscars, the Academy Awards, he is not able to attend. So starting April 8th, starting today, really, until 2032, Will Smith, not virtually nor in person, will be able to attend any Oscar awards show. Now, that doesn't mean, Andrew, that he can't win. If Will Smith, gives some awesome performance and they deem that he's worthy of another Oscar award, he could certainly win, but he won't be able to be there to accept it. So I thought it was a rather tough penalty. Not only that, I thought the Academy in releasing this statement, they not only said that what Will did and his behavior was, they said unacceptable, and they said it was harmful behavior, but they also knocked themselves a little bit, and they said we could have and we should have handled this better. It was a hectic moment inside that theater, and we didn't handle it appropriately. So they were a little bit introspective as well. Yeah, definitely. Michael, let's put up the statement for our viewers. Want to read it in part from the Academy. They say the Board of Governors has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th, 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards. During our telecast, and Michael, this is what you were referring to, we did not adequately address the situation in the room. For this, we are sorry. This was an opportunity for us to set an example for our guests, viewers, and our Academy family around the world, and we fell short, unprepared for the unprecedented. And then they go on to say, we want to express our deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. We're also getting reaction in from Will Smith himself. He says, I accept and respect the Academy's decision. Because, Michael, normally whoever wins Best Actor, Best Actress, they customarily present the next year's award. Right. For that award, that is not going to happen. And you've been following this so closely. What do you think Chris Rock is thinking at this hour? We're now, 2 weeks removed from this whole story. Do you think, Chris Rock would think that this is going too far? He's been getting so many, kind of standing ovations at his comedy sets. Yeah. The sales of the tickets for those are quite through the roof. What do you think he's thinking? Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. How does Chris feel about this? I'm obviously just speculating here because we haven't heard from Chris yet, but I believe he's accepted Will Smith's apology, and not that these guys are friends, and I don't think they're ever going to be best friends, but I don't think that Chris Rock wants to see Will Smith's career ended or his award taken away. So I would, if I'm guessing here, I would imagine that he thinks this might be a little bit too harsh of a penalty, that it's Chris Rock's wish that this thing just move on. He didn't ask for this to happen to him. And I agree with the Academy. The way he handled it in that moment to be able to keep his composure was incredible. But I would venture a guess that Chris Rock thinks this is probably a little bit too harsh. So I guess just lastly for you, Michael, do you think the Academy will do anything else, or is this kind of disciplinary review period over? Because there was just some wavering back and forth. I know you guys had reported he was not asked to leave the ceremony. The Academy was saying, yes, he was asked. So there's still really some bad blood festering here. Yeah, there is. And that's really, and I think that ties into their statement in talking about how they handled it pretty poorly. There was no consensus that night amongst the Academy people, and some wanted him gone, some thought he should be able to stay, and because of this, there was indecision and kind of like paralysis by analysis. No action was taken. So I don't think there's going to be any further penalty for Will. I think for the most part that this has now been wrapped up. Sure, we'll probably hear from Chris at some point. I don't expect any further penalty. I think this is it. Will Smith is not going to be at any of these award shows for the next 10 years, and we'll see what happens then. That's obviously a long time away. But I would imagine that as far as penalties go, at least, this is the last we hear from the Academy. Now, Andrew, there are projects that have been put on hold that Will was involved with, and whether or not some of those studios pull the plug, I think that's still possible. But as far as the Academy, I think this is it for punishment.
Yeah, that's, I guess, the last remaining angle that I'll be monitoring is, I guess, Will Smith's career viability going forward in Hollywood as well.
It's fascinating, though.
Yeah.
It's fascinating, Andrew, because he was perfect. Never a misstep out of Will Smith, and then it all fell apart in an instant. And you wonder what his reputation and what his career looks like going forward from this guy who was thought of that he was revered as this perfect role model in Hollywood, and not anymore.
Yeah, it seems like is he going to be a pariah forever, or will, I guess, a comeback come? I mean, Hollywood loves comebacks, so we'll be watching.
Yeah, Hollywood and America loves those comebacks.
That is so right. Michael Babcock from TMZ, we thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me.